Hello and welcome to a how-to video from Barnabas Junction. Today what we're doing is we're going to be installing a DCC chip into my Arriva DMU. Luckily this DMU only requires one chip in this, which is good because some of the locomotives, multiple units do require to have chips installed in both sections. This particular unit does have power which transfers through the joining clip. It has connectors for transferring the information and electricity from the main power unit through to the dummy unit. So then obviously the lighting is then at both ends. Now it's pretty simple actually. A lot of people have the problem and confusion of how things are done. So I'm going to give you a quick run through and showing exactly how simple it is. I've got my programming track here. I also have 21 pin DCC chip to go in. This one is direct one with the stay alives on it. Simple chip. It's only £10 this was. So we're going to be fitting this into this power unit today. I have already taken out the screws from the unit so we can release the case, but I'll just quickly show you for this particular unit, this Bachmann 150 Arriva. In this we have one screw just underneath the front bogie, just there. You can just about see the hole. That just needs a little screwdriver, just something like one of these. Simple screwdrivers, cheap and easy to get hold of, and there are two at the ends, one there and one there. I say there's the power supply. It goes through to the dummy unit as well, the clip. So okay, I've already taken these screws out and I've got them safely stored just to the side. One's slightly bigger than the other. The shorter one just goes into just the end there, so make sure you do put the right screws back in. I've got a servicing cradle, so we're going to place that into here. Okay, so let's place this on. Okay, so now all we have to do is just gently prise the top off. It should come off really easily. There we go. In fact, actually, I think we'll place it on the track. It'll be much easier to operate with. We don't need to necessarily use the cradle for this. So there we go. There's the insides. Pretty simple inside this one. A lot of other locomotives, units and stuff are a lot harder to use. Now, one that isn't DCC fitted, it'll be DCC ready. That means inside you can put a chip inside, and that's what this is. And it'll all be fitted with what's called a blanking plate. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this blanking plate and put the chip in its position. So here you have to be very, very careful as not to bend the pins. There we go. Just gently lift that off. There's the blanking plate. Keep that safe to one side. And we're going to replace the chip, replace it with the chip. Now the chip will actually only go in one way. The easiest way to find out, if you just get your blanking plate, and you'll notice on the back of it. Now this, as far as I've been aware, there'll be one section of the chip where the connectors have one extra hole in them. And if you look at the pins, you'll see there's one extra pin on one of the rows. So that's a very simple way of knowing which way around the chip should go. Just being careful though, not to damage the pins as you place it on. Make sure all the pins go into the chip, as we don't want to damage the chip, and you don't want to damage your pins on the circuit board. So we just gently place that over in its place, and just give it a gentle push down, making sure that it is fully in place. And there we go. That is now fitted. So we're now converted that from DC analog to now to DCC just simply by doing the chip. It's a good idea to safely tuck these away, these stay alive ends, if you're not going to be using them for anything, as they will be powered, and if they do come in contact with anything on the board, it could short out your loco, and it could damage the chip as well. So it's a good idea just to gently tuck them away. Put a little bit of tape over them is another good idea. So I've just got a little bit of tape here, and I'll just place that over the ends just to be that extra little bit safe. Making sure nothing goes wrong. So we'll just put some tape over that. Just get the ends first before. Just bend them over. A little bit of tape over those just to be safe. There we go. And we'll just tuck them away. There we go. Okay, so just place that on top of there. Now that's ready to replace the shell. But before we do put the shell on, we need to reprogram this. Standard on, if you're running an analog locomotive on a DCC layout, is 00 on your DCC controller. I've got Hornby Select here. But when we put the chip in, they will be defaulted to address 3. So we're going to power this on. Okay, so there we go. We start on address 3 and we'll test it to check that that works. There we go, successfully moving. Change direction. So we know that the chip is recognizing address 3. But what we want to do is, we don't want all locomotives on the same address. We're going to change what the chip recognizes as a command, the address. So simply to change the command on that chip is to hold down your select button, which is this button, until LA appears. And there we go. It's now asking for a new address. So we give that the address we want to give. As this is a class 50, I'm going to give it address 50. So type in the number 50 and then press the select button. Your light will flash. If all's correct, it will stay as it is. And now we can check to see whether that operates on address 50. There we go. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Running beautifully. So there you go. That's how easy it is to insert a chip. The only difficult part of inserting a chip will be the fact of actually getting the body off. Some locomotives can be a little fiddly. Always refer to the instructions of the locomotive if you can. If you haven't got the instructions, very easily and widely available online to get hold of from the manufacturers of your particular loco. So all I need to do now is place the case back on and screw it back down. And that's it. That is how to install your DCC chip. Thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you on the next update. I'll be doing a layout update very soon. But for now, that's DCC installation 21 pin chip. Thank you for watching.